Hello, are you suffering from a cold, cough, viral, bacteria, fungal infection, arthritis or irritable bowel? You are? Well, stick around and let me and Mr. Chops, hello, Mr. Chops, show you how to make a really effective natural homemade remedy. Are you ready? Yeah, okay, let's get to it. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Anne, and if you're not so new here, welcome back. Today's video has been inspired because so many people around us at the moment are suffering from coughs, colds, viruses and the like, and I wanted to share with you an absolute miracle little oil made from oregano. It's so simple and easy to make. I'm going to try and keep this quick for you so you can whip up a batch. And if you're not up to doing it yourself, grab one of your loved ones, your nearest and dearest, and ask them to whip up a batch for you. It's made from just 2 ingredients and a little bit of love and patience added into the mix. Oregano, or oregano, as our cousins across the pond pronounce it, but forgive me, I am going to stick with our pronunciation, oregano. It has some amazing healing properties that you might not be aware of. Now, before I go any further, I just want to add that I am not medically trained. I am not a qualified herbalist either. I'm just simply someone with a very keen interest in relearning the ancient ways to keep myself and my family as well as possible. Oregano is a powerful herb and we need to use it wisely and respectfully to avoid any irritation or sensitivity. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, it's fine to make it for your friends and family, but please don't take it yourself. And if you are on blood thinning medication or any medication that is metabolized by the liver, then please avoid it too. I would always recommend that you check with your healthcare professional before embarking on any herbal medication. There have been numerous studies to support the antimicrobial and antioxidant properties of oregano oil, and I've listed those and the sources on our website in a blog where I've given a whole host of information that I'm not going to cover here because I really would like to keep this video as short as possible. So I just want to reiterate, if you have any health concerns whatsoever, put this video on pause, go and have a chat with your doctor, and then don't forget to come back and watch the remainder. In brief, oregano oil is known to be very effective against a range of bacteria, fungi and viruses. It contains anti-inflammatory compounds which may be useful for conditions such as arthritis and inflammatory bowel disease. It's known to boost immune function due to its antimicrobial, it's easy for me to say, properties, and its ability to modulate immune responses. Yes, I am checking notes here because my memory isn't brilliant, I will admit. It's said that it may alleviate symptoms of bloating, indigestion, parasitic infections by balancing the gut flora, and it's been used traditionally to relieve coughs, colds and sinus congestion, which is the reason for me making this video for you today. Don't take my word for it, please do your own research if you plan to make any herbal remedy. It is a powerful herb and we need to use it wisely and respectfully, as I think I've already mentioned. So let's get straight into it. For this recipe, you'll need some organic oregano, some organic olive oil and a glass jar. You don't need one as large as this, a 500ml jar would suffice. To make things easier, if you have a wide mouth funnel, that will help save a little mess, and you don't really need to use weighing scales. I only did out of curiosity. So fill the jar quarter full with oregano and then top up with olive oil so that the oil sits about an inch, that's 2.5 centimetres above the oregano. As the oregano will start to float when you pour the oil in, make a mark before you start as to where to fill it to. You'll see that I use my finger. Next, give it a good stir and then transfer it to a pan. Fill the pan with cold water, just the pan, not the jar. Slowly and gently bring it to a very low simmer and leave it for around an hour before allowing it to cool. This is just one method. In summer, you could simply screw the lid on tightly and leave it on a sunny windowsill. for the oregano to infuse in the warmth of the sun, but make sure you give it a shake every day. I forgot to mention that you do need to sterilise the glass jars, which you can do by washing them in hot soapy water, putting them in a cold oven and setting the temperature to 160 degrees. Leave the jars in the oven for about 15 minutes. Use dark coloured jars if you can to keep the oil fresher for longer. I'm using an empty balsamic vinegar bottle, a vitamin pill bottle and a couple of dropper bottles. The oil you can see in the background is the first batch I made, and you can ignore the disc sieve thing. I attempted to use it to strain the oil to save messing up a muslin cloth, but it let the herbs through, so I had to resort to using the muslin anyway, and actually I needed the cloth to squeeze out the last of the oil. I thought it would be a good idea to lift the cloth away from the bottle so I could see how far I was filling it up to. And when the oil was about an inch away from the top, I put the rest in an empty vitamin bottle. All that was left was to decant some into a dropper bottle, and here's a tip. Clean the bottle well after you've put the oil in, and then label to prevent any stray oil from ruining it as you pour it in. As well as taking the oil internally, which I'll come on to, it can be used topically for insect bites, skin and fungal infections. You can also use it for steam inhalation to help reduce sinus congestion. I've detailed those methods in my blog, and you'll find the link in the description. And so here's the finished product, which I've labelled up along with the date that I've made it. On the back I've written on the dosage for taking it internally, and I've also attached a little tag here. So if I give this away to anybody who wants to take it, they've got all the instructions. It tells you what the contraindications are, the precautions, and it leads you to the website to read the full article. So the only thing left to do now is for me to try it and let you know what it's like. I'm going to, as per my instructions, just pop 2 drops in half a glass of water. I'm going to give that a stir. And let's see what it's like. Well, it smells very oregano-y, as you'd expect, of course. That doesn't taste unpleasant at all. In fact, I would say half a glass. You might even be able to try 1/4 of a glass, and it's not too overpowering. Cheers, that's me dosed up for now. You don't need to make such a large quantity as I have. I'm planning to do some experiments with it. I'm going to make some salves. I'm going to use the odd couple of drops in cooking as well, just to help flavour soups, sauces, that sort of thing. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please drop a comment. It all helps in getting our little channel out there. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you've not already done so. So that's it for me. You take care now, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.